As the ferry pulled away from Oban, we thought we were settling in for a peaceful crossing into the Isle of Mull. The shoreline slipped behind us, the sea was calm, and it felt like the perfect start to another day of exploring Scotland. Then out of nowhere, a Coast Guard helicopter appeared and began hovering directly over our ferry. Suzie looked at me and said with a grin, "What did you do this time?" We watched as His Majesty's Coast Guard ran a training exercise, lowering a crew member down onto the deck before lifting him back up. Not before he gave us a friendly wave goodbye. It was an unexpected start to a day that only got better. From there, we explored the historic Duart Castle, searched for the remote ruins of Moy Castle, and soaked in the colorful harbor town of Tobermory. Tomorrow, we'll head even farther off the beaten path to the Isle of Lunga for one of the most unforgettable wildlife adventures of our entire trip, coming face to face with puffins.
So behind me is Duart Castle, and the chieftains of Duart Castle since 1350 had been the MacLeans. So the MacLeans were the original ruling clan of this area here on the Isle of Mull, which was a wonderful spot because it sits up here on a tall outcropping. So the chieftain, MacLean, could oversee the sound out there, the bay, as well as the islands below. So he could kind of keep reign over his lands. So it was built in 1350 originally, and a lot of that, of course, went to ruins. But in the 1500s, it got built up again, and it was pretty much kind of like what you see it today. Although during the Cromwellian overthrow in Ireland and Scotland, where they took over castles and lands, it sat kind of abandoned. But luckily, the MacLeans had already abandoned the castle, and so they really didn't do much with it, but it did sit here. And then during the Jacobite uprising in mid-1730s, they used it as a garrison. After that, it really didn't get much use, so it did really go kind of become dilapidated. Until in 1912, the head of the MacLean clan at that time, renovated it, and it is what you see today. And so they made it actually livable. So to this day, back from 1912, of course a long time ago, and then from 1912 on, the chieftains of the MacLean clan have lived here at Duart Castle.
Walking through the gates of Duart Castle, you feel like you've gone back centuries. The modern world just drops away. You're surrounded by stone walls, and you can almost see what life might have looked like hundreds of years ago. The first room you enter gives you a feel of the history. Seeing the model and how it was built really kind of sets the scene before you start exploring. Not long after that, we came across the well. It doesn't look like much, but during a siege, that was the only fresh water they had. That makes you realize how vital it was. From there, things do get a little darker. Old prison cells remind you that castles weren't just for show.
It had a lot of dungeons. He's another officer from the Spanish galleon Florencion. I'm probably tired and hungry. His friend doesn't look very good. He lost an arm. I like it. It almost has like a Pirates of the Caribbean feel.
As we walk deeper into Duart Castle, it starts to feel less like a fortress and more like a home. You pass through a bedroom where the furniture and little details make it easier to imagine everyday life. Then we enter the Great Hall.
Wow. This is what I think of.
Oh yeah, this is great. Puffins of they have their own music. But they're a pretty big deal. Wow.
All of that family pride on display. The Great Hall ties it all together with the clan's story. The swords, the silver, the whole legacy. And then the rooftop just opens everything up. The water, the hills, that big view. That's one of those moments where you just stop and take a breath.
So behind me is Castle Moy. It is at the very end of a long road, kind of out here in the middle of, down towards the end, the southern end of the Isle of Mull. It was built in the 15th century by the MacLean family, which is different from the MacLean family of the Duart Castle, but this was the MacLean clan. And it basically fell out of use in the 17th century, and it basically has remained like this ever since. Out of use and a ruin here. It stands on the edge of the Loch Ness, and it's just stunning. Behind there's a huge loch with lots of rocks, and you can see the water. It's just gorgeous, and lots of sheep around. And that's about all I know about Castle Moy.
There's something about places like this that we love. It isn't polished, it isn't crowded, it's just sitting out here, telling its own story. As we travel across Scotland, this theme is repeated over and over again.
So Kimball and I are here in the little town of Tobermory. It is on the Isle of Mull in Scotland. It is a little harbor town of just over 1,000 people. It is absolutely the cutest little town. You can see like just the colorful little houses. We just absolutely adore it. Our hotel sits up on this little cliff called the Western Isles over there. It's just an adorable hotel. We have a room that overlooks the harbor here. But we went out driving today. We explored some of the wilds of the Isle of Mull, so lots of sheep. Came back here, checked into our adorable hotel, had some wonderful dinner, and we are just absolutely loving it here on the Isle of Mull. It's a definite, if you're in this area of Scotland, it's a definite must-do. Tomorrow we're taking off for a tour of the Fingal's Cave and of Staffa, which has the puffins, because the puffins are awesome. So we can't wait to show you guys that too.
I'll be honest, we didn't expect to fall in love with Tobermory the way we did. The first thing you see is this row of colorful buildings wrapped around the harbor. But once you slow down, it's so much more. This place was founded as a fishing port back in the 1700s, and that working harbor feel is still very much alive. Boats coming and going, locals waving, kids running around. It's got that lived-in charm that doesn't feel staged. It's just real. As we walked around, it was easy to see why people just fall for this place. It's relaxed, it's full of character, even a bit of a secret. One of Scotland's quieter gems. And for us, it just became one of those places that you don't want to leave.
All right, you guys, so Kimball and I have just taken off from the Isle of Mull. We are on a Mara tour. Actually out here, it takes us out here in the Outer Hebrides, which actually then goes out into the Atlantic Ocean. But where we are headed specifically is to the island of Staffa, which has the big basalt columns in a place called Fingal's Cave. You'll see it, it's gonna be spectacular. And then we're going to the Isle of Lunga, which is actually where the puffins are nesting right now. So they're not here all year round, but we're here at a very special time and we should be able to see some puffins. But we'll show you guys all of that, of course, as we go along, and we look forward to exploring it with you all.
As our ferry pulled up to Staffa, we finally got our first look at Fingal's Cave. This was one of the places we had been looking forward to so much. Normally, you can step off the boat, walk across the island, and stand right inside the cave. Unfortunately, while we were there, the landing dock was being rebuilt, so no one was allowed on shore. We had to take it all in from the ferry instead. But even from the water, just seeing those basalt columns rising straight out of the sea, it was still something special. It was enough to remind us why Staffa has captured people's imaginations for centuries. Sometimes travel doesn't go exactly as you had planned. But even just being near it, seeing it from the water was still pretty unforgettable. Before planning this trip, I didn't even know what a puffin was. I had seen pictures here and there, but I had no idea just how special these little birds were. When our boat pulled up to the Isle of Lunga, we knew this was going to be something unique. Lunga is one of the few places in the world where you can get this close to puffins in the wild, and honestly, we had no idea what to expect. After stepping ashore, we started hiking across the island. The farther we walked, the more birds we saw, and with every step, the excitement just kept building. And then we reached the cliffs, and everything changed. Puffins were everywhere, flying right over our heads, waddling right up next to us, completely unbothered by our presence. It felt like we had stepped into their world for a little while.
Typical.
We found a spot along the cliffs and just sat there, taking it all in. Hearing the flapping of their wings, watching them come and go from their burrows. It was one of those moments where you just almost forget to film because you're simply trying to soak it all in. There are places you visit because they're beautiful. And then there are places that stay with you forever. For us, Lunga became one of those places.
Whoa, right over my head.
Before this trip, I didn't know what a puffin was. And now, I don't think we'll ever forget them.
You guys are my favorites.
Suzie and I have shared a lot together over our 26 years of marriage. We've traveled to some incredible places and experienced things we could never have imagined. But every once in a while, a moment comes along that just stops you in your tracks.
No! It's like some of them are going around in circles. Some of them are coming into land. Maybe they got some eels.
Where are we at, Suzie?
We are on Lunga, the Isle of Lunga, and it is in the Outer Hebrides off of Scotland. And it is the most amazing, incredible place I've ever seen. There are puffins everywhere.
All around us.
Like, all around us. Kimball
I'll just
has
look right over
puffins
here.
on his hat.
I did. They pooped on my head.
Yes, and so I decided I would have some of my my Coke Zero and a banana, so I can say I had a picnic and it was amazing.
See that
play
puffin?
with puffins
He's peering around the corner.
to the world.
Right there. You got puffins right there. Couple little buddies just right over here. They're just chilling. They're not doing anything. They're leaving us alone. We're leaving them alone. Hey, buddy. It's not often you can get this close to a puffin. It's wild.
Never.
Wild stuff.
Nobody ever knows what I'm talking about.
Wild stuff.
Sitting on those cliffs on the Isle of Lunga was one of those moments.
I know.
We weren't watching from a distance, we were a part of it.
He's so close.
Suzie,
Yes.
say hi.
Hi.
Say it.
There's a puffin right there. Right there.
Just chilling. I'm gonna go back in your hole.
And as we sat there together, taking it all in, there really wasn't much to say. We just looked at each other in complete awe. As incredible as our time on Isle of Mull and Lunga was, our Scotland adventure is far from over. In our next episode, we'll visit one of Scotland's most mysterious landmarks, the Well of the Seven Heads, where history and legend come together in a story that's hard to believe. From there, we'll make our way to the iconic Eilean Donan Castle, one of the most photographed castles in all of Scotland, before ending the day with an unforgettable sunset on the Isle of Skye. We'll also explore the beautiful Dunvegan Castle, home to the Clan MacLeod for over 800 years, and finish with a visit to the legendary Urquhart Castle, overlooking the mysterious waters of Loch Ness. If you've enjoyed traveling with us, we'd love to have you join us for the next adventure. Until next time, keep exploring, keep wondering, and never stop chasing the stories that make this world incredible. We'll see you on the next adventure.